Hey everyone. So this is just going to be a quick preview clip of something that I want to see if people are more interested in seeing out of my channel. Um, I'm going to give a quick lesson of how I would approach something as if I was playing like Phil. Um, for this example, I'm going to use Let It Grow, and I'm going to use the I am, I am, I am. That section, the bridge basically before the solo. And so I'll show you a perfectly serviceable way to do it, and then I'll show you how another way that you could approach it, which is, maybe slightly more interesting and adds more power. Um, if people like these kind of videos, I plan to then just put together one big video explaining how I kind of approach playing like Phil. And it won't really be very technical. I'm not going to go into many scales or anything like that. If there's one thing I'll always stress, it is knowing the notes on your fretboard at the very least, but it will be something that I think would be easily accessible for beginners or advanced players alike. But anyway, so here's the example I'm going to give from Let It Grow, and we're talking about the like I said, the bridge. It gets to the bridge, and they're doing the I am part, and the last part, it's on A. So like you could just use your open A if you wanted to, I am. Or wait. I am. I am. I am. And um that's C B C on your A string, or your third fret of your A string, your second fret of your A string back to your third fret. And then after that, it does a C, B, E. So your third fret of your A string, your second fret of your A string, and then you can do something like this. This is the perfectly serviceable example where you could just go, and you just let that E ring out until you get to the solo. But Phil likes to be a little bit more creative, a little bit more interesting. If you know your fretboard better and you know where your E's are on the fretboard, and all of this can be done on 4-string. I'm holding a 6-string, but I'm not playing any of the additional 2 strings here. So, for example, like what I like to do when I play it, especially to give extra emphasis, because that part is very strong, because I know where my E is, I'm going to end up doing what is essentially a triplet with 3 different forms of E, and I'll show you what I mean right here. So I kind of hit the a little sour E, but you get the idea. Instead of just letting that one open E, my low E ring out, I came up the neck. I hit the 7th fret of my A string, or my E on my A, let that ring out, then hit an open E with that, and then I use the 5th of the chord and the octave, which would be, what is that? Your 9th fret of your D string and your 9th fret of your G string to hit the chord. And so then you have all of them ringing out at once, and it kind of creates a more interesting line. it adds extra power, and it's a different way of going about it, whereas most players would just want to, it'd be much easier and it's much more comfortable to just let an open E ring and then move on to the next part. But that's not Phil. So just like, and then suddenly the bass line just became a lot more interesting, prominent, and it adds that much more power to the song itself. So that's just a quick example. I have a lot of different thoughts. I just decided to show that. But if this video helps anyone, or if you're interested in this kind of content, let me know, and I will then do my best to put together a big comprehensive video of how I approach a lot of how I play, like when I'm trying to emulate Phil. Thank you very much for watching, if you did watch this far, and have a great day.